Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speak English by Listening. I am Emily.
And I am David. We are so happy you are here with us today.
That is right. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a very important topic: how to stop caring what people think.
You know, Emily, it is a problem many of us face. We often worry too much about what other people think of us. We let their opinions affect our choices and how we feel.
It is true. This can be a big problem. Sometimes we care too much about the wrong people's opinions. We focus on what everyone around us might say instead of what we truly believe or want to do.
And this worry can stop us from doing many things. It can stop us from trying new things or even from just being ourselves. It's a common feeling, and we want to help you understand it better today. So, why do you think we care so much about what others think? What is the reason behind this strong feeling?
That is a great question. One big reason is that we fear judgment. We worry about what others will say or think about us. We're afraid they might not like us or that we might fail when they are watching. This fear can be very strong and make us nervous.
Yes, that is true. And it's not just fear, is it? We also want to be accepted. We want approval from others. We want to feel like we belong to a group. It feels good when people say nice things about us or when they agree with us. This desire for connection is natural for humans.
Absolutely. We all want to feel connected and valued. But sometimes we also make a mistake. We think that others are thinking about us much more than they actually are.
You're very right. It's a common mistake. We might imagine people are constantly watching our every move or judging our choices, but in reality, most people are focused on their own lives, their own work, and their own worries.
Exactly. They are not thinking about us nearly as much as we imagine. It's almost like we are creating a very big audience for ourselves in our minds, but most of those seats are actually empty.
That is a very interesting way to put it. So, a lot of our worry comes from our own thoughts, not necessarily from what others are truly doing or thinking. This means we often think we are more important in other people's minds than we really are.
Yes, and understanding this can be the first step to feeling more free. We are often our own biggest critics, and we mistakenly think others are criticizing us just as much.
So, if we care too much, and we think others are watching us more than they are, what damage does this do? What are the hidden problems that come from this?
That is a good question. One problem is that we start to filter our behavior. This means we change how we act or what we say just to get approval from others. We stop being our true selves.
That is a very important point. So instead of doing what we truly want, we do what we think others want to see. This must feel very heavy, like wearing a mask all the time.
It certainly does. And it stops us from trying new things. We avoid taking risks. We might not try for a new job or share a new idea or even tell someone how we truly feel. We avoid opportunities that could help us grow.
That is a sad thought. Fear of judgment makes us miss out on so many good things. It also stops us from facing hard truths, I suppose. Sometimes we need to say something difficult or hear something difficult, but we avoid it to keep peace or to be liked.
Precisely. And the biggest damage, perhaps, is that we start to live by others' opinions instead of our own. Our values are what we believe is important in life. But if we always follow what others think, we lose touch with what is important to us.
You are right. And this can lead to feeling unhappy or unfulfilled because we are not being authentic. We are not living true to ourselves. It is important to remember our own values and let them guide us. That is so true. Living by our own values is key. And that brings us to the first important mindset shift. We must stop trying to please everyone.
This is a big one for many people. It feels like we are always trying to make everyone happy, to be liked by everyone.
Exactly. But the truth is, not everyone will like you, and that is perfectly okay. It is not possible for everyone to like you. We are all different, with different thoughts and opinions.
You are right. It is a very freeing thought, actually. If not everyone will like me, then I do not need to try so hard.
That is a very freeing thought. So it means my identity, who I am, is not controlled by what someone else thinks or says about me?
Precisely. A good way to think about this is to ask yourself, would I still do this thing if no one ever found out? If your answer is yes, then you are doing it for the right reasons, for yourself.
That is a great question to ask. It helps you understand your true motivation. And this connects to our next point, which is focusing on what you value.
Yes, your own values are very important. Let your values guide your behavior, not your fear of what others might say. Your values are your personal rules for life.
So instead of worrying about everyone's opinion, we should focus on what we believe is right and important.
Yes, and when it comes to opinions, pick a few people whose opinions you truly trust. These are people who know you well and want the best for you.
And for everyone else?
Ignore the rest. Their opinions are not important for your path, your happiness, or your values. Living by your values helps you be true to yourself.
That makes perfect sense. And it leads us to another very important point, which is taking action.
Absolutely. Taking action is vital. Often we are afraid to do things because we worry about what others will think or say.
Yes, fear often stops us, but the summary says action kills fear. Can you explain more about that?
It means that when you actually do something, the fear often goes away, or at least it becomes much smaller. Waiting and thinking about something can make the fear bigger, but moving forward, taking that first step, makes it disappear.
So instead of just thinking about our fears, we should just start doing. That sounds powerful.
It is. And another fear is judgment. We're afraid that if we try something and fail, others will judge us negatively.
That is a common fear. Nobody wants to be judged, right?
True. But the truth is, judgment will not destroy you. It might feel bad for a moment, but it does not break you.
That is an important reminder. So, if someone judges me, it is just their opinion, and it can't really hurt me in a lasting way.
Exactly. And more importantly, the summary says failure builds self-trust. This is a big one.
Failure builds self-trust? That seems opposite of what we usually think. We often think failure breaks our trust in ourselves.
It is opposite, but it is true. When you try something, even if it does not work out, you learn. You learn what did not work. You learn that you can try again. Each time you try, you trust yourself more to handle challenges.
So every time we take a risk, and even if we do not succeed, we are actually becoming stronger and trusting ourselves more for the next time?
Precisely. Taking action, facing fears, and learning from failure are all steps to building strong self-trust and caring less about what others think. So, to summarize everything we have discussed today, the main message is really about finding peace.
Yes. Peace comes from inside you. It comes from choosing your own values.
And it also comes from not letting what others think control you. Your happiness should come from your own choices, not from what other people expect.
For our listeners today, we want to give you one action step.
Think about one small thing you have been wanting to do, but you have been afraid of what others might say or think.
It can be very small. Maybe wearing something a little different, sharing an idea, or trying a new hobby. Just take one small step this week.
Do it for yourself, not for anyone else's approval.
And we want to leave you with an empowering quote, a quote that gives you strength.
It is by the famous writer Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
That means you are unique, and that's your strength. There's no one else like you, and that's a wonderful thing.
Before we finish, we want to explain 3 useful words that we used in our conversation today.
The first word is judgment.
Judgment means forming an opinion about someone or something, often a critical or negative opinion. For example, do not fear others' judgment.
The second word is approval.
Approval means agreement that something is good or acceptable. For example, we often seek approval from others.
And the third word is values.
Values are your beliefs about what is important in life. For example, live according to your own values.
We hope this episode helps you feel more confident and free.
Thank you for listening to Speak English by Listening.
Please subscribe to our podcast to hear more episodes.
And leave us a comment or a review. We love to hear from you.
Until next time, keep practicing your English.
And keep being yourself.